Okay, thinking about using MotoQuest for your next bike rental? Watch this first. You owe it to yourself. This video is going to be 5-6 minutes maybe. Watch it. You make your own decision after that. This is not a review. This is my experience of what happened with MotoQuest, why I chose MotoQuest, and what ended up happening in the end. Again, my experience, not a review. Well, basically it's a review. Okay, I'm breaking this video into 6 parts. First part's going to be the trip itself, why I chose it, why I chose MotoQuest, the planning research that went into MotoQuest, and what my initial experience was with MotoQuest in the beginning stages. The actual trip, the return to MotoQuest, and then my return home. The entire experience. So skip around if you want to. This is basically a breakdown of what happened in my experience with MotoQuest. Again, watch this before you rent. Okay, why the trip? Last year I went from South Florida to Alaska. I tried to get to Dead Horse. I didn't make it. Had a problem getting tires for my Pan America. Had to turn around for whatever reason. It's been eating at me for over a year. So I was thinking about it. It's like, you know what? It's July. What if I fly to Anchorage, rent a bike, finish that trip? You know, jump in the Arctic Ocean. That's my whole bucket list. Something I got to finish. I'm going to be 62, so I wanted to make sure that gets done. It's just whatever you want to call it. So I start looking around. Airfare, hotels, all that stuff. Now let me find a bike. MotoQuest had some very good reviews. So I was like, you know what? Let me try MotoQuest. I reached out to a couple other ones too. And then MotoQuest gets back to me with a quote. And I'm not going to mention names, but a representative from MotoQuest calls me up to feel me out to see if I'm experienced enough to ride to Dalton, which I think is fantastic. It's a great idea. You know, why take a chance of renting to somebody that, you know, is not going to make it? So feels me out. He's all right. No, he goes, no problem. I have no problem with you renting. Sounds good. I get a quote from him. Now the quote, which I'm going to pull up here, and I'll read it real quick while you're looking at it. 6 days for a rate of $240 per day came out to $1,440. Unlimited miles, which is fantastic. Total for that would be $1,440. A level 1 damage waiver compulsory, 6 days, $90. A level 2 damage waiver upgrade, $20 per day, came out to $120. Now, supplemental liability insurance on top of that came out to another $77.70. They included the 2 hard cases. Now I get a Dalton Highway surcharge of $600. Now all it says on here is a Dalton Highway surcharge. What is a rational person going to think? Okay, that's to cover any type of wear and tear you get on a bike, any calcium buildup from the calcium chloride or whatever, cleaning it up. I'm fine with that. I'll pay the extra because the bike gets beat up on the Dalton. I have no problem with that. So that's $600. So that all came out to $887 on top of the rental for a grand total of $2,327. High price? Yes, it is. But you know what? I'm okay with that. They got a good rep. I get to finish my bucket list. I get to jump in the Arctic Ocean. I'm going to do it. So I get my airfare. I get a hotel in Dead Horse paid for. Coldfoot paid for. All the Airbnbs paid for. I have a couple days I'm also spending in Moose Pass after the Dalton. Everything's all paid for. My airfare, everything. It's expensive. I had to get premium seats because it has extra leg room. I'm a taller guy, so whatever. So it's an expensive trip. The $2,300 plus everything else I paid, it's an expensive trip. But again, I'm putting this together real quick, trying to like boom, 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 make these decisions. And everything had to come together. Perfect. I get a phone call. I told him to check back with me. $500 deposit is all I need is what he told me originally. I give him the $500. I'm good. I'm locked in. I made sure all my hotels are paid for. I'm getting happy here now. I'm getting excited. Get ready for this trip. Get a call a couple days later from somebody else at MotoQuest. I need a balance. I'm like, why can't I pay it when I get there? He goes, no, you got to pay it in full before 2 weeks before your trip. So I'm like, I had no idea. I was prepared to pay it then. So I wanted to pay everything off before I got there. So all right, so I scrambled to get the down payment done. I get it done. They worked with me a little bit. It was fine. They worked with me a little bit. It was fine. I then find out a couple days before I have to give them a credit card with a $4,000 charge on it in case I damage the bike. Again, what if I didn't have a credit card that had $4,000 on it? I already booked the hotels, the airfare, and I already paid for this bike, which would be non-refundable at this point. If I don't have the $4,000, I'm screwed. So if you're about to rent that bike, make sure you have that $4,000 credit card ready. If you don't have the extra $4,000 on the card, don't plan the trip. They're not going to tell you about it in advance, but when you get there, oh, I just need a $4,000 credit hold. I saw them do it to other people when they came there on my return. So that's my initial experience with MotoQuest. Wasn't happy. I ended up flying out to Anchorage. I go to pick up the bike. The guy I met there was phenomenal. Really nice guy. He actually showed me an extra route that I could take that's very scenic, Hatcher Pass. Great idea, great route. Very happy he showed me that. Very pleasant guy. Walks me around the bike, shows me everything. And it's all good. So I take pictures left side, right side, back, front. Just in case I damage the bike, just to make sure. So he shows me a couple of rims that have been damaged on the road there, like they have it on display. So I said to him, and I'm going to show you the video in a second, well, I'm covered for my liability insurance anyway, right? He said, yeah. So now I'm thinking, no problem. If I damage a rim, I'm going to take extra care like I always do, like I treat it like my own bike. If I damage the rim, I'm covered, I'm okay. So I go take the pictures, he shows me everything else, I get on the bike, I start my trip. I ride to Fairbanks. Next morning I head up to Dalton to Coldfoot. I pull over the side of the road for a minute and the bike doesn't start. Now I'm not panicking, but I'm like, shit, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I got no phone coverage. I got no maps. I can't even tell how far I am from Coldfoot. Turns out it's 40 miles from Coldfoot. I waved somebody down and asked them. So I remembered what he showed me about the key fob. If it doesn't pick it up, you could put it under the seat and it'll pick it up. And I did. It was great. So I'm glad that the guy showed me that. Got to Coldfoot. Last 40 miles was all rain, muddy. I got there. It was no problem. Next day, it turned out it's going to be high winds in Dead Horse, 25 mile per hour wind gust. It's going to feel like 15 degrees. I'm like, you know what? I'm not jumping the Arctic Ocean. I made it up to Dalton halfway. I'm good. I turned around. So I still had more vacation planned near Seward and Moose Pass. Oh, I forgot to tell you, day one, I broke my thumb. I just landed wrong. I got caught up in my seat and I fell down at a gas pump. Embarrassing. Happens. So I had to do the whole trip with a broken thumb. Okay, I returned to MotoQuest. And check the bike and I get all the stuff on the bike. He tells me the rear rim is damaged. So I said, well, at least I got the $2,000 covered. He says sometimes they're expensive. He says not to be more than $2,000.
So I just marked on there on that right front side. There's a rim ding on there, just so that's notated. But everywhere else, everything looks perfect. So that way you know that. So if they come back and they're like, you got one little rim ding on the right side or the right front, you'd be like, yeah, it's already there.
So what if I put a new thing in there?
So the wheel's operational. If you taco that thing and it becomes to the point where we can't use it again, then that's a whole nother. And that's a whole other thing. It's...
Well, my damage waiver covers that type of damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my damage waiver covers
that type of damage, right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did he just say that my damage, when I asked, does my damage waiver cover that kind of damage? He said, yeah, you're good to go. Okay. So again, I'm thinking my damage waiver covers it all. Am I wrong? Let's continue. So he goes, oh, all right. So I showed it to him. So, okay. And anyway, I leave. I get back on a plane. I head home. Interesting trip, to say the least. I get home. I get an email that I'm getting hit with a $2,476 charge, which you'll see here. That's for a rear rim and replacing it with labor for a total price of $22.36 and 8 cents. They're charging me a damage admin fee. What kind of horse shit is that? A damage admin fee of $125. They charge me $69.99 for shipping of the rim. They tell me they can't get free shipping with everybody they deal with. Whatever. And labor, $45 for a grand total of $2,400.76. So I'm like, what happened to my $2,000 liability insurance plus the extra liability insurance I had? Doesn't it cover that? So he tells me that, well, it doesn't tell me. Actually, yeah, we did have a conversation on the phone, but he sends an email that the $2,000 liability damage is a cap of $2,000, meaning that I won't have to pay more than $2,000. I was like, what? So he said, yeah, it's in the paperwork you signed. So I go look at paperwork. I signed it. Am I an idiot for signing it? Absolutely. I should have read it, but I trusted the reviews. I trusted what they said when I got there. And I didn't read every single line of that. I just kind of skimmed over that part because I thought the $2,000 liability plus the additional liability insurance would cover any damage I'd have. Now, here's the kicker. I took this picture when I left. Took a picture left, right side, back and front. So I took this picture. Now if you zoom in here on this picture, plus another one from the video, the damage section, which you'll see here in this picture, is what they sent me. Guess what that damage section is in this picture? It's behind the frame there where you can't see it. So now, is it possible, that's all I'm going to ask. I'm not saying they did this, but is it possible that a 45,000 mile bike, they want to get me on the hook to pay for a new rim? Why not put that rim, the damaged area, behind the frame, hoping I don't put it on a center stand, spin it around and try to find it, which is what I didn't do. I trusted them. So now again, I'm not saying they did that, but is it possible they did that? If they are unscrupulous, if they are the type of company that is just trying to make money, no matter what, is it possible that they would put that damaged section over there so I wouldn't see it? Again, the bike rode perfectly there and back. The experience I had on the bike was great, no doubt about it, but I didn't lose any air pressure, so there's no signs of a damaged rim. So again, this is not a review. This is just my experience with MotoQuest. So take that information, do your own research. If you decide to use MotoQuest, again, the bike's great. The people that work at the Anchorage location are great, but protect yourself. Read every last document they make you sign. Take pictures, take video, back yourself up. Again, this is just my experience. Do with it what you wish, and I hope you ride safe. Thanks for watching.